Every major company solves a huge problem. That problem defines their value. Let's break down another major company's value today. So, Vishru, what makes Tesla so valuable?
So, Akhil, I think before looking at the value that Tesla provides, let's see what pain they're solving. I think first things first, as with as today with most EV companies, they're saying there's too much pollution in the environment. We're hearing every year global temperatures have gone up by 1 degree, one and a half degrees.
Global warming is real? I thought we still have snow. There should not be global warming. But Delhi is burning, so I don't know what's happening.
Delhi is burning, ocean levels are rising. So global warming does exist. We're experiencing weather change with every month, with every year. I guess the main problem that any electric vehicle company is trying to solve, or the main pain that they're dealing with, is trying to avoid the tailpipe emissions that exist in an internal combustion engine car.
I think that is easier said, easier to imagine.
100%. Because most of our electricity is generated in ways that already has emissions to them.
Yes, but in an EV, the generator of electricity is actually outside the car. And when it's outside the car, it can do it at a higher efficiency. So let's say there was oil going into a massive generator, it would have a higher efficiency than oil going into a micro generator inside your car trying to run the wheels.
Yes.
So I think they are genuinely solving that problem, but pain comes in various forms. So one is health, we are dying, Earth is dying. Another is wealth. I feel Tesla solves one of the major problems that young generation faces. We won't have property ownership. What stock should I buy? Buy Tesla. It will pop from $40 to $420 because 420 plays it. And that's another one of the things.
I think when it comes to stocks and owning owning Tesla stocks, there is another debate that comes in that why is Tesla stock so valuable when they are facing so many delays? When you hear, there are certain parts of the Tesla car that are creaking, the build quality is not great.
It's not allowed. Those questions are not allowed. You're supposed to ask the question of, oh my god, TSLA, let's freaking go. That's what it is.
Oh my god, a truck made out of aluminum with a massive steel bar in front of it, which looks like it can cut your finger if you touch it in the wrong angle.
I loved it, bro. I saw it in Canada. I saw it live, and you must see the. But yes,
What about our third pain? What about relationships? What do you think?
I think relationships is the major problem that Tesla solves, and that's not one for the owners. It's one for the crowds. I sit with a friend of mine, and Tesla is always a major topic of discussion. Because it is always a major topic of discussion, I need to always brush up my Tesla knowledge.
Why is it a major topic of discussion?
Because it's Tesla. They have their marketing down. They don't even need to spend money to market. People just love it. The love is called Elon Musk. Founder-led content. The one that we've been gushing on about. Elon Musk is the ruler. They solve the pain of we have nothing to discuss. I'm tired of discussing cars and women. So let's discuss Tesla. Even though it's cars. But I don't know. It doesn't count.
I don't think Tesla comes under the category of car. I think Tesla, because of the way it's been marketed, because of the way it's been looked at, has transcended cars. And that is why I feel like a lot of the times they get away with their so-called inferior build quality. Because Tesla has just become this object of value where you're like, oh, I saw a Tesla today. I sat in a Tesla today. My mom went on a trip and her friend drove her around in a Tesla and the Tesla was the talking point. Oh, it was so cool. The autopilot function.
The fact that it is not a very well built car and still is the most selling car in North America, Tesla Model Y that is also a relationship builder. Because we speak about it, right? And that's what counts. So I think they solve a major pain of relationships, having something to talk about.
I think if you look at Tesla as a company, it's a very interesting company. The first car came out in 2008.
They went almost bust in 9, almost bust in 11, almost bust in 13, 14, 17, 18, 19 picked up a little bit, and COVID, they just like went mad shit. And that's the beauty of that company. In fact, people buy early products from a company to support a company. Let's say I want to produce this tablet. I'll go on a Kickstarter and say, please buy the early tablets that I'll produce. I'll give them to you at a discount, and then that way you can support my business. Were you to buy a Model S versus were you to buy the same amount of Tesla stock at that time to support the company, you would right now be a millionaire in one of those scenarios and be in debt at the other. Let's talk about the dream. So, what's the dream of owning a Tesla?
Saving the planet, having a high performance automobile at, I would say, a fraction of the cost of a high performance automobile. The Tesla Model S Plaid does 0 to 60 in 2 seconds, sub 2 seconds.
1.9. It's faster than most sports cars.
I think it is the fastest bar the Rimac Nevera, which is also an electric car and costs $2 million.
But Tesla started this, right? They started this whole journey of, oh my god, what is happening? Electric cars can be cool, electric cars can be fast, electric cars can like drop the X's off of X's.
A car looking like an egg is outperforming a car that looks like a Ferrari.
And that's obvious. Cars are supposed to look like eggs.
I know, but the thing is that everyone has been conditioned to believe that a cool, sexy car is a Ferrari or a Lamborghini, which is sharp edges, slow to the ground. And you see a Tesla Model S, which is nothing of the sort.
Well, it's a beautiful car, man. Like when you experience it for the first time, you do realize that all of the hype is very real. Despite the creaky seats, the software experience is amazing.
I love how we're talking about software experience in a car.
The sheer acceleration is so freaking fun. It's like a roller coaster.
With the warp speed sound to boot.
Yeah, fair enough. And you're selling the dream. When you're sitting in that car, you do feel like you might be saving the planet. You don't smell random shit coming out of your car. I have a problem with diesel cars, right? So in India, we have diesel cars and those cars smell like garbage. And even inside the car, you can smell it. So I have a very sensitive nose. I'm like a dog and like I don't smell that stuff inside a Tesla. And I love that. You feel fresh. You feel, yes, I'm making a difference. So the dream is very real. And I feel that is reflected in their pricing. That is reflected in the kind of sales that they drive.
They've become a leader in an industry. I think they've created an industry almost. I remember we had a conversation where you said the first electric car actually came out in the 80s or the 90s with Toyota. For me, the first electric car was the Tesla Roadster in 2008. Until you told me that about Toyota, for me, the first electric car, I think even today for most people, means Tesla.
Yes.
Now that every company has their own electric car, there's a lot more electric car only companies that have also popped up and they're making some amazing stuff. But you say electric cars and the masses think Tesla.
Cars don't have an option. Companies don't have an option. They have to. Toyota literally came out with a statement. Electric cars are not the future. We will not be producing an electric car. 6 months later,
they had an electric car. They had a hybrid at least. I don't know if they have.
No, they launched a RAV4 electric and then they launched another electric car and then now they're launching a whole suite of electric cars, right? They have to.
As does every single other car company in the planet.
So Tesla is selling you the dream of you're a part of a revolution and I am the one causing the revolution and that I is Elon Musk. Founder-led content made a revolution. And
no one knew Elon Musk till like 2018.
I cannot stress this enough. The fact that one human being can promise you online payments via PayPal, can promise you that he'll get you to freaking Mars, he'll get humanity off of this planet, can promise you a greener planet, can promise you beautiful looking houses with solar panels and the solar panels just look like roofing tiles. It is amazing. And he has needed all the support in the world from all of this community which believes he's God. And I'm not even a part of that community and I can gush about it.
Are you sure?
I am pretty.
So let's look at the probability. What is making Tesla so successful? Yes, it was one of the first, if not the first, to come out with the thing that, okay, yes, EVs are the future.
I feel more than the promise, it was the implementation.
Was it?
It
Because
was.
with Tesla, you always heard, oh yeah, I've pre-ordered it, it's delayed, or their manufacturing has problems, or they have like shoddy manufacturing.
What makes you pre-order? That's the question. So, leverage comes in 4 forms, right? There is tech, labor, capital, and media. The media part makes you pre-order.
Yep.
So that media part was executed very well.
I think he took a lesson from Jobs there.
Of course, everyone should, right? He comes out, says this is going to be the sexiest car on the planet, gets a lineup of cars that spells sexy, if you didn't know. And those cars are so aspirational. People want to buy them. They'll book them 4 years, 5 years in advance. Right? 2019.
Same thing now with the Cybertruck.
Cybertruck, 2019, the Roadster was launched, the new Roadster. Till date, nothing has been delivered, right? But numerous bookings, enough bookings of $1,000 that you have 1 million bookings, $1,000 down, you have $1 billion in debt at 0% interest rate, you have all the funding to build a freaking Roadster, right? That's the beauty of their media leverage. They know how to do that. From the media, once they started getting capital, they were able to invest the capital into their gigafactories and create these massive, massive factories.
What, 5 or 6 today in the world?
I think there must be more. We'll have to fact check this. But they produce these amazing factories, and now they can produce these factories in Texas, from Texas in India, from India in China.
China, Germany. I think, if I'm not mistaken, there's about 6 of these in the world currently.
So they do this with capital. Capital came from their media. And once they had the capital, they were able to get a lot of labor in. People are willing to work for Tesla at a fraction of what Bezos would pay them. And that again is some mad shit, right? People are willing to dedicate their lives to this one company and not ask for the money that they deserve.
I feel like there is a flip side to this as well.
Okay.
Like, I agree, most people do think that way. People are like, yes, oh, Tesla, so cool. Tesla. Like, even the way it looks, Tesla is like the Apple of cars. It looks that good. It might not work as well. And, I think you would agree with me here that most Android phones would be better than an Apple phone. But there is just something about Apple which makes people buy. I think there is a level of design and looks that just are unparalleled.
Apple, another company for another time. But yes.
But I feel like Tesla has a very similar selling point. You look at just as simple as the T that makes their logo.
It's the media dominance. Yeah. It's crazy. Just the implementation. But all of this leads us to their main leverage. The one you cannot ignore, the tech. So Tesla did one thing right. The most difficult part about EV revolution was the charging infrastructure. Till date, it is the charging infrastructure. You buy a
100%.
Tesla because you want a fast charger. You want the Tesla Supercharger, and your route is going to have 10 of them and 2 of Electrify America chargers, right? In India, it's not the case yet. We don't have Teslas. We don't have the Supercharger network. We don't have any of that. Once it starts, they'll pop up in a minute. Again, because all of that leverage has been built up. That increases their probability by a mile. You know you're going to get a charger, right?
And you know you're going to get a charger that works. You know you're going to, if one is not working, there's going to be another one a few miles down the road that will be working.
These things just magically work together. They figured out the ecosystem there, which no one else did. And even now, nobody else has.
Yeah.
They're still dependent. I feel this covers the probability pretty well. You go for a supercharger, you go for a sexy car, you go for a sexy stock, or you go for a sexy discovery. All of them brings you the sexy. S3XY. Again, bonus. Time. What is the time to this dream?
How long does it take you to place a pre-order?
Seconds.
That's it?
Maybe half the time you're deciding your color, but sure.
Color, specification.
Yes. So they use tech, huh?
That is there.
Lots and lots of tech.
There's also the time you have to wait for the car to come to you.
Oh, the dream is fulfilled once you order.
Is it? Is it?
The dream is not to drive the car. The dream is to have the car. The dream is to feel that I have made the change. At least that's what is being sold, right? And
Sure.
We are not poppies. We know that you need the car to be delivered to you. Most of the time, the car is not available. But Tesla was one of the first companies to go online. In fact, a lot of states in the US had a problem with Tesla selling their cars online. So if people are unaware, US has a large lobby of car manufacturers. And what a lobby means that these guys feed the government with money in order for some favors. And they do it very openly there. It's not under the table. Now, because there's a large lobby of cars, Tesla wanted to break it. Because Tesla was an EV. They were not a part of the cool folk. They were not a part of the cult. Tesla said, okay, our cars will be sold online like a mobile. Go online, select your color, select your make, select your model. We'll tell you where you have to pick it up. And they hated it. The brokers hated it. The middlemen hated it. Okay?
I mean, that just takes out the middleman, right? I was saying, here, buy from me directly. No fancy smooth talking car salesman. No having to go to a dealership. No having to deal with 15 people along the way.
No bargaining. There is no bargaining. There is a fixed price.
Not just did they get you away from the Ferrari and the Lamborghini and the sharp edges, which they have now bought back. So they went from making sharp edges not cool to then building the sharpiest, edgiest of cars. So Musk, please decide what you want, or, I mean, everyone's your puppet anyway, so you can string them along as you wish.
Guys, if you ever get a chance, go and look at a Cybertruck. Please go. It is a thing of beauty. I don't know if it will ever land on the road, but
It
damn,
It has landed on the road.
it has.
Yes.
But it's not built for Indian roads. It is built for Indian roads. But okay. So they reduced the time with tech. What else did they reduce the time with? I would argue they reduced the time with a lot of labor and capital.
100%.
They made a pop-up Tesla store in every mall. God damn it, there are Tesla stores inside a mall. Can you imagine? Just go to sit in one, always full. It is crazy. Like, I have been to one just because. Why not? You know?
It's like that Ferrari store, where they have that one show F1 car, full size, built up, and like there's just a line of people taking pictures with it.
Yeah, but the Ferrari is not expecting you to buy them. Tesla is like, oh, you like it? Let's order it online. And somebody will sit with you. Like, it's crazy. They've hacked the system.
Imagine if you could buy an F1 car.
I won't have the money.
Imagine that.
But yes.
Imagine if it was as expensive as a Tesla. Say you could actually afford it.
Then
Like
it
they
won't
gave
be a
you-
Ferrari.
Like they gave you the dumbed down version of it, where you felt like you had it, but
No, then it won't be a Ferrari. Then it would be like a toy car.
yeah.
Tesla also sells freaking toy cars. Just because. You want a Tesla? I'll get the toy car. Oh, you want a flamethrower? I'll give you a flamethrower. You want a Dio? I'll give you a Dio.
Let's look at the effort now, shall we? How much effort does it require to buy a Tesla?
Go online, select your color, select
Hope
the
it's
rims.
available.
It's available. Select your
Hope it
rims.
doesn't take 5 years.
The models that are available get delivered in 2 to 3 days. So it's faster than most cars. Insurance is a big issue in North America. So Tesla just started their own insurance company. You want Tesla
Because
insurance?
why not?
They have enough money, right?
We're building the ecosystem anyway, so buy our car, take our insurance, get solar on your house, take our battery pack, use our Supercharger network.
They're building the Apple for cars, right?
I would argue they've already built it.
Building the Apple for houses. Because you can have a house, you can have a battery pack, you can have solar chargers on top of it, you can have a car that gets charged from it, and you are off the grid. You only need water. Maybe next is water filtration system which works via their solar panel. How cool would that be?
Harnessing rainwater.
Harnessing water from the air.
Ooh, wouldn't that be something?
But yes, that's how they reduce their effort.
Pain, dream, probability, time, effort.
How are you going to define your problem? And how are you going to be happy?
Who should we do next?